Welcome back to the Papa Do Podcast.
Papa Do! Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Papa Do Podcast, Season 6, Episode number 3. In a row. New season, new channel. That's a 3. You held up a 4, but it's all fine. Listen, before I even let Joey speak, I want you guys to turn on notifications for our YouTube channel. Okay?
Wow.
We post every single day. We do post shorts. We also post segments throughout the week, but we make sure those don't get notified to our subscribers, so we're not going to overload you with stuff. The only thing that you're going to get notified is when we drop a new episode. So turn on all notifications for the Papa Do Podcast so you don't miss these episodes. We're on a roll. Boom.
Papa
you
do
may
it.
now speak.
Papa do it.
Papa do it. That's it.
That's it. That's all I got. I mean, there's nothing else left to say except to follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Papa Do Podcast as well. So you could follow the shenanigans that take place over yonder. And besides that, bro, Spotify. Listen to us on Spotify.
Big one.
Yeah, we're trying to, I mean, it's a podcast, you know what I mean? It's for listening, not seeing our ugly mugs. We just do this because we have no choice in this world. Help us! Besides that, though, we have some albums to talk about today that came out. 2 very, very different albums. The Songs of the Week might be our best Songs of the Week segment yet. And it's just
super exciting.
We got some hip hop takes to go over. And yeah, it's gonna be a good show.
We'll finish with Guess the Rapper 1 minute. I really like these games that we do at the end, and they seem to be our most viewed, most catched shorts that we do. They're funny. I like them a lot. So I'm gonna force you to do it. I don't know if you thought you were gonna do it. I'm forcing you. We're ending the show with that today.
I kind of assume it at this point now. I tried to avoid it for a long time, and it didn't really work. I was always found and sought out when I was trying to hide from the Guess the Rapper game. So
you did great last time.
I'm on a winning streak.
You literally won.
I'm on a winning streak.
That's what I'm saying.
1 in a row. Here we go.
Who's not on a winning streak? Will Smith. Not on a winning streak.
Wow. Okay, so we're coming for this right out the gate. We could talk about Will Smith's album because nobody else has seemed to do it. So that's just
yeah, it kind of happened out of nowhere, and I don't see anybody talking about it. I got like 1 or 2 messages about it, and one of those was from you. So that tells you anything.
And I always just try to like keep you in the loop of what I'm listening to so we could talk about it possibly. I didn't know how you would feel about this, talking about this album. I didn't know if you would actually take the time to listen to this album. But for what it's worth, it's a very short album. It's
it is
37 minutes long, and it's 14 or 15 songs, but that's deceiving. 14 or 15 tracks because there's skits.
Several skits. Yeah.
And we're going to talk about those skits in a little bit. So Will Smith dropped this album called Based on a True Story. And from what I know about his inspiration for this album is he wanted to get back into music again. He wanted to dust the mic off, get back in the booth, you know, and make some slappers. Sorry, I can't help myself.
It's fine. It's fine.
No.
He joked about it on the album. You can joke about it now.
Exactly. So he actually said he reached out to 2 people when he was going to make this album. This is something I saw maybe the day before it dropped. I saw a little video. The 2 rappers that he reached out to?
Well, I know the 2 rappers he reached out to because he did a song with Russ and Joyner Lucas.
Interesting. Those aren't the rappers that he referred to.
Okay.
It's possible
those
he
songs
did.
are actually rather old, too. Like, they've been out for... I think the Russ song has been out for about a year, and then the Joyner song's been out for 6 months at least. They've been out a while.
I didn't even know that about the Russ song. I knew that about the Joyner song because I know he did the song Will with Joyner, and then he came back and did another one, so that must have been Tantrum. Right?
I reacted to Tantrum on my channel, but I'm almost certain...
Has he done multiple? Has he done multiple songs with Joyner at this point? Like,
yeah, so like he did a Will remix with Joyner after Will came out. That was like the Come Together track. And then Tantrum was Joyner on Will's song. So let me see where Work of Art came out.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense because the song that Joyner Lucas dropped was I Feel Like Will. Like, so yeah, I get it now.
All right, so July is when Work of Art came out. And that was the music video for it. So it's been out for a while.
Wow. There was a music video for it?
Yeah, it was actually a pretty sick music video.
Damn. Okay. There was something else I wanted to say, but I don't want to get too far off topic.
All right, so the two rappers he reached out to.
Try to figure it out.
Is
Guess
it
the
rappers
rapper.
like loosely? Guess the rapper that Will Smith reached out to. So is it like rappers for features that he reached out to, or just rappers for inspiration?
Advice, inspiration.
For advice. Okay, Nas.
Okay, who's your other guess?
Jay-Z.
Oh, very good. All right, so you're 50. Nas would have been my first guess since he helped them out right in the past and helped them work on songs in the past. He reached out to Jay-Z and Kendrick Lamar. So
okay.
the two responses he got, Jay-Z said, whatever you say, just keep it real. Just say something that's real to you. And I think that's where he said, based on a true story. Title of the album came from, was from that conversation there. And then he spoke to Kendrick, and Kendrick's advice was pretty dope. And it kind of like, it hit me in the chest as an artist because it's something that...
Did you tell him to diss Drake?
I still... It's so... Trust me, bro. It worked great for me. It'll work great for you. That was good. He said, whatever the shit is that you're the most scared to say, just say that.
Okay.
I thought that was fucking dope.
That's great advice.
It is.
Very great advice.
I still struggle with that. That's why I mean, naturally, when I'm making music, I try to make fun shit, stuff that makes me feel good. I haven't really traversed to that dark side, and I've tried before, but it just made me not want to make music because it was just too
puts you in a
sad.
bad headspace. I get it.
Yeah. I'm a happy-go-lucky motherfucker. I mean, lucky's even in my name that I gave
branding.
myself.
Yep.
Yeah. So I went into this album with that mind state. Okay, with that mind state. I don't want to talk about Will Smith's album for too long here, but I don't feel like it was anything too edgy in this album per se. I know it was personal to him for sure. I'm curious what your favorite song is on the album because when I was listening to it, there was one song in particular where I was like, yo, I bet Crypt fucking loves this song here. But
really,
yeah, I wonder if it's I wonder if I was right.
Well, so honestly, my favorite part of the whole album was the intro track, the barbershop skit.
Oh,
I heard
really?
that skit. Yes, I loved it, dude. I was like, I heard the skit and it got me excited for it because I was like, he talked about the slap. He talked about him being, compared to Jay-Z and like all these other different people. Like I thought it was gonna be
being washed,
some of the edgy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, man, this is about to be fire. He's really about to dive into all this stuff. And then I just feel like he didn't really dive into it like he could have. And maybe he did, but it didn't do a great job of expressing it. And I don't know. There was a lot of rhyme zombie stuff that I heard throughout this, but just looking at the track list right now, I do remember liking Bulletproof a lot because Jack Ross on the hook was amazing. And like that gospel-y.
That was
there
the
was like
one.
a whole gospel.
That was the one. But it was hard though.
And
it
the
was
beat
hard.
It was, yeah. And there was like a whole gospel skit to it, like the Reverend. There's a lot of different sermons and different Reverend sermon skits throughout the whole thing. As a concept album, it was a cool baseline. Like he had a cool idea, I think. But the songs themselves just didn't do anything for me. They really didn't. They were all super average listening experiences for me, except Bulletproof, I think. That's the only one I'd give like a 6.5, maybe even close to a 7 out of 10. Work of Art was fun, and Tantrum was a fun little listen, but there was just no standout songs for me.
The biggest standout song for me was You Can Make It with our boy Friday up there. Friday and the Sunday Service choir. He took a melody that I feel like was in a Temptation song, like an old Temptation song or some Motown melody.
That does remind me. I wanted to mention this too. I can't remember what song it was, but he straight up took Eminem's "The Way I Am" flow, like the bump da bump da bump da bump da, like it is an exact cadence that he originated with "The Way I Am." You think of the cadence I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yes, that.
Yeah.
We're doing so good at emulating that.
Yeah, very good.
He took that exact cadence
because I don't know the words.
I can't remember them off the top of my head, but it did it for like 8 to 12 bars. It wasn't just like 2 to 3 bars. He did it for a whole segment. I was like, that's kind of funny considering their little rap beef they had way back in the day.
Yeah, I know. And the album had such a weak opening too. That "You Looking for Me" song, it was like, I think it.
Oh yeah. It
transitioned from like New York style, like a boom bap type beat into trap. And it kept going back and forth for it, but it just wasn't catchy. The flow didn't grab me right away, and it kind of put a bad taste in my mouth right off the bat. Like I was like, oh no, what are we doing? But then when "Rave in the Wasteland" and "Bulletproof" came in, I was like, here we go. Then a song with Tiana Taylor, I was like, okay. It kind of grew on me. The song with Big Sean actually was pretty powerful though. "Beautiful Scars."
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one as well. I reacted
Big Sean
to that
sounded
one,
hungry on it. Oh, you reacted to that?
Yeah, I did. I think that was the most recent reaction that I did to it. So a lot of these songs have been out for a little bit. That was probably a month or two ago.
So did you do a video?
There was no video for that one, I don't think.
Okay.
Maybe there was actually. No, there was a video for that one. There was.
Okay. Russ had the best verse on the album, though, in my opinion. I thought "Work of Art" was cool. I think the song is kind of corny overall and kind of generic feeling. Like, "Baby, I'm a work of art." Like, it was just, I don't know.
Framing me. Yeah.
Yeah. Is this really what we're talking about?
I thought there was cool puns. Cool punches.
Yeah,
sometimes.
but I don't know, man. This one just lacked the heart and
I
actually.
am the canvas. I am the punt. I am the pen.
I didn't like
There was metaphors. Yeah.
I didn't like that.
Will's voice, dude, I've noticed it over the years, even in certain interviews that he does. There's like something weird that he's done to his voice that doesn't sound natural anymore. He sounds like he's forcing a lot of things. And I noticed that a lot throughout his rapping on this. Because he didn't rap like this back in the day. It was way more charismatic and smooth. And now it's like, I mean, obviously he hadn't rapped in a long time, but you use it, you lose it, I guess. His voice just does not sound natural on a rap song.
I think so, bro. I think as you get older, it's just harder to get that youthful bounce in your voice again or something like that. Speaking of which, man, this man is an actor. Like one of the best actors out there, right? And
yep.
The Reverend stuff, which is just straight up voice acting, right? Voice acting.
Yes.
This should be a seminar. This should be like a, you know what I'm trying to say, a master class. Yes, don't ever sneeze on the Papa Do podcast again.
I sneezed away from it, bitch.
But with it being a voice acting thing that he's doing with these Reverend skits, I felt like it should have been like the greatest thing. Like you're really selling me on this Reverend thing, but it just came across really cringy and almost humorous in a way. And I don't think it was supposed to come off that way, but it almost seemed satire.
I wish he would have gotten somebody else to do that. Because, like, the barbershop skit, the worst parts about the barbershop skips were where you could tell that Will Smith was trying to emulate somebody else's voice talking about himself. It's like, okay, I would rather just have, hire a couple voice actors to do this whole skit, and it makes it a lot cooler, I think.
Yeah.
It had a lot of potential as an album. I really do think it did. I think he had a great idea, great framework for it. Mm-hmm. It's just, dude hasn't made an album in a long ass time. He hasn't made music. That's just what it is. Can't knock him for it. He's trying, but it didn't come off very well.
He is trying. Didn't look like he tried that hard with that album cover, but Little Willie style did not make the mark. Did not hit the mark for us.
It did not,
I'm giving this a 0 out of 10. No, I'm just kidding.
Whoa.
I wouldn't give it a
Damn,
0.
Fantano.
He said, whoa. Nah, I'm not even going to bother ranking this album right now.
here's the thing: is I love Will Smith. He's one of my favorite people to ever exist, even after the slap. Like I borderline understood the slap. I think he piece of shit for it, but everybody makes piece of shit mistakes sometimes. I get it. I think everybody completely overreacted to it and shunned him. I did see somebody. This wasn't even a hot take, but this was a tweet that I saw earlier today that Will Smith used rap to get into the acting game in his early years, and now he's trying to use rap to get out of the acting game. Or like he's trying to use his acting to get back into rap to kind of fix his persona in the public eye.
That's what kind of worries me about this whole album here. It feels like it's like a little too late, or it just feels like there is something not true about something very inauthentic about this whole comeback into music. It's almost like oh shit, I gotta do this instead now. I gotta pivot. You know, that's how it kind of like looks from afar. I never think anybody that at that stature is in a oh shit predicament. You know, they're probably perfectly fine.
He did rap about how much money he had a lot on this album.
So at the same time, that's just how it comes across sometimes. But I didn't even want to talk about the album for this long. I really didn't. I wanted it to be a quick little.
I love Will Smith, man. I want to give him the benefit of the doubt, but you know, there's a swing and a miss for me.
Yeah, unfortunately, me too. Yeah, and the reason why I'm talking about it is because that Big Willie style album that he worked on with Nas that had Getting Jiggy with it and all those just
timeless classics.
Miami was up there. Miami, man, just the two of us. That song is different now, you know. So it's just
forgot that was on there, dude. So many bangers. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. People see Will Smith as an actor. You go back and listen to Big Willie style. There's some shit on there.
Yeah, bro. I'm saying. So I was hoping for maybe the second coming of that in this, but
was not that. Not that.
No, not that. Speaking of not that.
Those 4 fucking Carti songs. Songs of the week.
Wait, no. We gotta do this properly. Okay, we gotta do this properly.
I'm not singing the fucking same song.
We're getting into the. Can you do it Carti style?
No.
I would have loved to hear
Absolutely not.
The seer of the seer. Seer.
Man, listen. I uploaded every single day in a row for 76 days. I did that Carti album review, and I've uploaded one video since in 2 weeks. That man broke my streak and made me want to damn near retire. I thought about it severely. I was like, all right, I'm going to sell a house, and I'm going to live off that money for the next 5 years because this is some bullshit. I don't want to do this shit anymore.
All because of Playboi Carti.
Yep. All because of it. And when I saw like he sold almost 400,000 copies first week and he's got 60 million monthly listeners, I was like, I'm in the wrong profession. I'm doing it wrong. Clearly, getting the fuck out. I'm going to go.
Those copies numbers are impressive as fuck. They are.
Yeah. Yeah.
See ya.
Fuck. God.
It's see ya. Right. Like see ya, but no ye. So just see I'm
not doing it.
Okay. So
I gave you one attempt. That's all you get.
Playboi Carti dropped not 1, not 2, not 3, but 4 new songs, and he added them right on to his music album. I don't know how these artists
34 songs of Playboi Carti is amazing.
There was no sarcasm or anything right there. I'll give you this.
What did he
first
call
song,
these
for? So there's different
He called it Sorry For to Wait. Sorry.
Oh,
He called it Sorry For to Wait because 4 songs. He's a genius.
Yeah. See ya. So he dropped Different Day, 2024, Backrooms, and Fucking On My DJ, or FOMDJ. I'll give you this. The first song, Different Day, it wasn't that great. Okay, it had a little hypnotic beat to it, and it was almost like trap poetry. Like he was really just there was plenty of lines I think that didn't even rhyme in this song here. And again, I'm not naive to the whole. I'm not somebody that turns out Playboi Carti and say and I'm like, let's listen for these metaphors and these bars, and Captain Barcatcher is gonna tell me what I missed from this Playboi Carti song. No, I don't expect that at all. But it wasn't the biggest vibe for me. I think 2024 is when he started to kick it up a notch with the put him on the news, or however that shit went. I think he said it 16 times in a row, multiple times in the song. And one thing that I do like that he does, though, is when he does Playboi Carti featuring Playboi Carti. And the way he did that, I'm trying to just not break down laughing while I'm looking at your face right now with the most plain stare, the most dead, like, the
I don't
dead
think I blinked
aura.
for 6 minutes.
Yeah, that was crazy. Because, the first verse was his breathy voice, and the second verse was his Lil Yachty type voice. I don't want to really call it that because the more I hear it, the less it's starting to sound like Lil Yachty. Because I've been listening to a lot of Playboi Carti lately, either by choice or by voice. See what I did there? I made it sound like Elmer said force. Okay. Backrooms. Backrooms is definitely one of my favorites out of these four. Probably is my favorite out of these four. You look like you actually want to say something about this one.
I don't want to say shit. Skip. That's what I want to say.
Okay.
So bad.
Travis Scott. Travis Scott was
Another
a nice breath
Travis
of fresh
Scott
air
feature.
on there.
Oh my God. So many Travis Scott features. It's great.
Throwing that ball like a quarterback. I don't know.
God, that pissed me off so much.
Yeah, but I feel like...
It took me, after he said it the 12th time is when I finally realized what even fuck he was saying.
That's why he says it multiple times.
Probably like a quarterback. Yeah, he's got to make sure you fucking... I don't even want to... I'm getting mad. I'm getting upset.
Fucking to My DJ, that one was cool. Just one of those hype rage songs. I mean, talks about taking drugs a lot on this one. That's probably my least favorite part about the Playboi Carti content. But I don't know, man. As somebody who knows how long it takes sometimes to get your voice right on a song, I think he's a really good recording artist. Listen to what I'm saying. I think he's a really good recording artist in that regard. Like, he knows how to find the voice that he wants to use on a song, and he inflects his voice in a good way, and he's just worried about making it sonically pleasing.
Good way.
And I truly think he's really good at that. So, yeah, that's what I got. Do you have anything to say about our glorified songs of the week this week?
I played this for my wife on my drive back home today. She was with me and played the first song. And she's like, "What was that?" And I couldn't answer her.
What was that?
I said that was Playboi Carti. That was what that was. And then
so
I
she
played
just
the second
stayed quiet
song.
the whole song,
Yeah,
and then once it
yes.
ended, she was just like, "What was that?"
Yes.
Like,
Yes,
what just happened?
That's what that was. Second song came on. I played it, and I think she asked, like, do people, like, actually listen to this? And she's not trying to be mean. She's just like, is this what people listen to? Do people actually listen to this? I don't understand. And I said, yes. I think he has 60 million monthly listeners. And she's like, oh, wow. I played the third song with Travis Scott, and she looked him up. She's like, what song does he have that's good? And I couldn't answer. And then she's like, oh, he has Fiend. I was like, nope, that's Travis Scott. He's just a feature on it. She's like, every song that he has in his top 10, he's featured on it. Like, so, like, what's his big song? And I couldn't answer. Got through the fourth song. About halfway through, I turned it off and I started playing Slipknot. And I listened to Slipknot for the rest of the ride home. So that is unironically exactly what happened. If that tells you my
songs
experience with this.
of the week. There you go. There you have it.
That's the songs of the week.
All right.
It was instant rage. I get why it's called rage music now, because it makes me just want to fucking run over pedestrians. It's awful.
Oh my God. You turned me into a smoker just now, and I don't even smoke. That shit was crazy. All right. Well, did you feel like you were imprisoned listening to that?
Yeah. That dead stare that I had at you, that's what I was doing just looking at the road, trying to figure out a way to like any of the songs. And I was perplexed. Couldn't do it.
Well, speaking of imprisoned.
That's what that was?
Yeah.
All right. Lil Durk is in prison and dropped an album.
All right. Why did you have to say Lil Durk is in prison first before saying anything else?
Because you said imprisoned. What do you mean?
But no,
is that not the segue that you wanted?
It was a
Does
metaphor.
He have a song called Imprisoned?
No.
He's in prison.
Yeah, that's why I said it. All right.
In jail, locked up.
His trial is until October, actually.
Damn, he's been in for like 6 months, hasn't he?
Less than that.
Maybe.
What?
Didn't he go in October?
Wait, I'm confused. Can you get married when you're in prison?
Yeah.
Oh, so maybe he has been in there since then. Okay, because I know he got married months back, but I didn't know if he was in prison yet at that time. But anyways, I mean, we're
November.
not gangsters over here. We don't talk about
We're not.
these type of...
We're not gangsters.
We're not gangsters. See, if you say you're not gangsters, you gotta say it with the squarish, as square as possible.
You gotta say it Nardwuar style.
We're not gangsters over here. We don't dabble with the crime and those type of things.
Why is that so good?
I don't know. I watched a lot of Nardwuar.
Fantastic, man. We're not the best at impressions. That was a great Nardwuar impression. I like that one.
Well, also he's always all the way up in his microphone whenever he's
That's true.
talking. That's part of the whole style. I love that he's just embraced so much by the hip hop community, specifically the rappers that he approaches. It's really it's really fucking dope. Speaking of really fucking dope, Lil Durk dropped this album.
Right.
So here's the thing about Lil Durk. Here's the problem with being a white man from the suburbs, okay? But I wasn't born a white man. I was born a white baby and eventually became a white man. But anyways, I fucking love Lil Durk's music. And I think it's just because his melodies, his voice is just so crisp and sonically pleasing to listen to. He always has like a good pace to his songs. I think it's really just his voice and just his tone that just sounds so dope. And it always sounds like he's trying to really sound good on every song. He's not like just jibber jabber mumbling some bullshit. Like he's always saying something. He always has good melody choices. It's just very sonically pleasing to listen to. It's just when you like think about his life, it's just like, man.
Yeah.
This isn't the type of person I want to listen to all the time. You know what I mean? I mean, I did see a little documentary video he put out recently of him working on the album or working on some songs leading up to the album. I don't remember exactly, but he seems like a really chill dude. That's the crazy part, you know? It just seems like just another person that we would hang out with, you know, just smiling, you know, just doing their takes in the studio, just like they were all singing happy birthday to him, like happy birthday, Durk. Like they were just people around him.
Just fucking shots, murder everywhere, death, racketeering. It's all there.
He's trying to turn things around in many different ways by associating with different people, by converting to Islam.
Yep.
All these different things, getting married, but it seems like it's too little too late. I don't want to get too much into the personal aspects of it all, but it's another thing, like what we were talking about with Will Smith earlier, like how much is really authentic and how much is, oh shit, I need to do something.
Yeah.
You know? It could be both.
Very
It could definitely be both.
100%.
It could be both.
The oh shit can make you realize you got to do something, but
right.
Here's my thing: is this was the first Lil Durk project I've ever listened to. I've heard a handful of songs I really liked. All My Life with J. Cole. That was my first introduction to him ever. I was like, wow, this is actually pretty listenable stuff. Because his name has always been thrown around with like Lil Baby and like Young Boy and just a lot of rappers that I like kind of listen to, kind of don't. That I'm not like that's not the scene that I'm involved in.
Yeah.
So I didn't have a whole lot of expectations going into it. But I agree with you. His voice is super clean, super crisp. And to me, he's just like a better version. I don't even know if I want to say this. He's a better version of Lil Baby, is what I thought of whenever I was listening to it. Like, way more enunciated, way more like my speed. He's a good cross between the Lil Baby mumbly melodic sound.
Okay.
And like,
okay.
That's what I mean by that. Is like the melodic rapping. When I say Lil Baby, that's what I mean.
It's not Lil Baby's fault. I want to like really harp on that, like in terms of clarity of his voice. If you listen to him in interviews, if you hear Lil Baby talk in interviews, he does talk like that. So I will give him that. He is a little bit looser. He has his engineer be a lot looser, Lil Baby, with like auto-tune, and it's a lot more sloppy a lot of times on songs. Lil Durk's just sounds so clean for the most part. Like everything just sounds like like he's hitting the right notes. How many tracks?
And 17?
Something like that.
There's 17 tracks. I'd say at least 12 of them. All the auto-tune was like pitched perfectly, I felt like. There wasn't any like crazy wild noise.
There was some that was
that's
a
why I
little
said like 12
off.
of the 17. There's a handful that was like, okay, this maybe a bit much, but for the most part, it was a solid listen.
I feel like I would compare him more to NBA Youngboy, I think. NBA Youngboy is he's kind of a tough listen for me just because of his voice. I don't like his voice. And they kind of have a similar pocket in just that, you know, trap beat in the background, and then they just do a rap singing type thing throughout it, you know. But I don't know. I cater more to Durk. So this album actually, when I turned it on, I was like, okay, I know he's locked up, so this is probably going to sound like some bullshit, right? Like we've heard prison albums before, and they're not always the best. He even said he didn't want to put out this album, but he felt like he had to do it for his fans. So, which is interesting because I think the album I think it's really good. I think I was actually really impressed by this album. We kind of spoiled it already off the top by saying, you know, we're impressed by the quality of his vocals and everything on there. A lot of sad piano trap beats in this one, a lot throughout it. But I think that really, because you know his situation right now, and I felt like you could feel the pain in this whole album. At least that first half, for sure. Leading up to certain songs that I want to talk about with you in a second. But yeah, like there's certain melodies from hooks that are just still in my head, haunting me right now as we speak. That girl Janae Aiko, she was on here again, so you're hearing that name more often now.
Yep, she's floating around.
When did we talk? We talked about her recently. What other album was she on? Where I had to remind you that she eats the booty like groceries. Well, she doesn't eat the booty like groceries.
Yeah.
Somebody.
Was that Carti's album?
Yes. Yep. Was she on
Carti's.
Backdoor? No. What's the other one with Kendrick? Oh, okay.
It was Backdoor.
So yeah, Janae Aiko might be making a little comeback right now. I haven't heard her on much shit, and now I'm starting to hear her more and more. But anyways, yeah. Do you have a keep 3, delete 3 for this album?
Yes and no. So
okay.
Like, I can tell you, I have a favorite song. 100%. I have a favorite song. Like there's no doubt in my mind which is my favorite song on this. And I have 2 songs that I wouldn't want to listen to again. But the rest of the album, it's kind of like such a like re-listenable thing for me.
Yeah.
And a lot of it does sound the same because I did only give it one listen on the drive back today, so you know, obviously not a lot is sticking out in my head. But I have one song that like perked my ear up. I listened to it 3 times, and then I had 2 songs. It's like, okay, I don't want to listen to that again. So I have like
all right, can I take a guess?
If that'll work.
Can I take a guess what that song is?
There's no way you don't get this.
It's between 2 of them. It has to be Monitoring Me.
Monitoring Me is it? Yeah, 100%.
There you go. Okay. He actually raps. I think that's the one where he like raps on this.
Yeah, he went hard, and that beat was nasty too.
Yeah.
I mean, everything, like it was a drill kind of style, and like that piano is just nasty. It was really cool.
Yeah. Vanish Mode and Monitoring Me are like the 2 quote unquote hardest songs. I'm not saying they're the best songs. I'm saying they're the hardest, like the most like in your face, aggressive style. Monitoring Me was a little too on the nose about why he got locked up. So it was like, because it was a lot of like setting up, because he was supposed to be. I don't get into this shit too much, but I'm just gonna. It's hard to not talk about it when we're talking about his album, but he orchestrated. He got locked up for orchestrating the death of who killed King Von. Maybe, yeah.
Was it Von?
It was Who Killed King Von, I believe, or it was something. I don't have all my ducks in a row with this shit at all. All right.
We're a rap podcast that doesn't do research, okay? We don't get it.
Well, there's certain parts of hip hop that I just don't. I choose not to,
I get it.
Yeah, look into.
We don't want to put ourselves in a weird legal situation.
No, it's not even that. It's just I don't know.
You don't want to get sued. You don't want to be in the court
I'd rather
case.
watch a video about Elden
Ring
tips instead of this. That's just
so white.
That's
the whitest white thing you could have said right there. Man, you're going to sip a fucking chai latte while you do it? Jesus.
Actually, espresso.
Pumpkin spice in it too, you white basic bitch.
Yeah, I do drink pumpkin spice when it's
all
autumn.
All right, Joe.
Actually. All right, anyways. Yeah. I don't know the point that I was trying to make, but God damn it, I made it. All right. So let's just do your keep 3 delete or your whatever your keep and deletes are for Lil Durk's album.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Fine. Keep 100% is Monitoring Me.
Mm-hmm.
What I will also keep, I actually really like Notebook, the no chorus song. I like the melodies that hit on that.
Oh, okay.
That one stuck out to me. I definitely remember that one.
That's a surprise.
I'm looking at my notes. I put like little things over all these. Deep Depression was cool.
It's a good way to end the album.
Yeah. But like as a listenable song, I don't know. Alamadua or something like that. Like that was kind of a cool song. He invented a word.
Huh? That's not inventing a word. That's from the Islam side of things.
What?
Yeah.
I thought he was saying like all I'ma do. I thought he was all I'ma do is like all I'm gonna do. I thought he was just like combining
when I was
it
listening
together.
to it, it's funny you say
serious?
that, because when I was listening to it, I was like, people probably hear this and think he's probably saying, all I'ma do
Yes,
all
exactly
I'ma do
what I thought.
It means all praise is due to God.
I thought that was Allahu Akbar.
No.
Because he says that too at certain parts.
All I'm gonna tell you, all I'm gonna do right now is tell you that all I'm gonna do you doesn't mean all I'm gonna do, or what I said
I heard him talking about his like Muslim faith in it, but like I literally thought he was just that's what he was doing was all I'm gonna do, and then like he just kind of made a little word out of it. Anyway,
man.
Okay, so that actually knocks the song down a couple points for me since he didn't make up a word. We just talked about that on the last podcast about making up words.
Oh, that's good. That's really good.
Those are the only two I can think of off the top of my head that I really, really, really enjoyed.
Okay.
And then the ones I didn't like, I did not like. Let me see here. I didn't like Late Checkout. I'm not a big guy. I don't like the like vulgar sex songs. So
okay.
I didn't like that
figured
one.
you wouldn't like.
I didn't like the one.
The feature
I didn't like
on
Can't
there.
Hide It. With
how do you pronounce his
Janae.
name? Huncho?
Yeah.
Huncho. Okay.
Delete 3, Late Checkout. I also didn't like Can't Hide It because of the sex stuff. And she sounded great. The Janae Aiko, her name, whatever her name is.
You said it right, and then you just started going cha 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 at the end for no reason. Said it perfectly correct.
Untouchable. I didn't like Untouchable because it came directly after Monitoring Me, and it was like a huge difference.
Yeah.
And I didn't like
it. Spoiler alert, I'm with you on that. Cool.
There it is.
All right. So the one that's been in my head non-stop Actually, I've heard it playing in my head this whole podcast so far, and it won't stop. It's not going away. It's Keep On Sippin'. So my keep 3, delete 3 for Lil Durk's new album, Deep Thoughts. Keep On Sippin' is the first one that I'm keeping. So right on the nose, right? It's keep 3, keep on sipping. Keep on sipping. Keep on sipping. I thought that hook is crazy. It is. Another one that's pretty catchy, but a lot slower. But this is the song that really solidified the mind state and pain that Lil Durk was feeling when making this. Was Soul Bleed. My soul bleed. I like how he spread out the different syllables, you know what I mean? So like over the whole course of you get what I'm saying.
I get it.
And then my last keep is tough, man. It's between Vanish Mode and Monitoring Me. I guess in terms of the content of the song, I would rather listen to Vanish Mode more than Monitoring Me. They're both kind of similar beats and those aggressive. I think Vanish Mode has like a piano beat to it, like Monitoring Me. But Vanish Mode, he's more in that singing rap bag.
Right.
Monitoring Me, he's just straight rapping, which is pretty dope.
Straight rap.
But, yeah.
And like angry. Dude, he got angry at the end and like had a little bit of rasp onto it. It was just a cool switch up from the rest of the album because the whole album is the singing rap.
Yeah.
But then we
the lyrics
got the rap
are really
rap,
good.
so I was like, damn.
I'm Monitoring Me too.
Dope ass switch up.
Yeah. My delete 3. I hate doing this just because I know the song means a lot to him and it's important to him, and it does take courage to come from this background and then all of a sudden be like, no, I'm converting to Islam now. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be a man of peace, blah 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 blah, shit like that. But all I'ma do ya gotta go for me. Untouchable, probably the same reason. It just kind of maybe too much of a come down from the Vanish Mode and Monitoring Me. But also just kind of Untouchable was not unforgettable. It was very forgettable. So that's the main reason why that one's got to be a delete. And then Notebook is my last delete, believe it or not.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't really remember too much about. Is that the one that says no hook next to it? Like he wanted to emphasize there was no hook. Yeah. I probably need to listen to that one again.
There was like a cadence that he did and a singing style that he did that sounded like a hook. That's the thing with melodic rap too, is like sometimes it can sound like a hook and it's hard to differentiate a verse to a hook.
Yeah.
Sometimes. But
I wanted to ask, what did you think about that song with Future?
It was all right. It's kind of like right in the middle for me. I remember the song coming on, but there was anything that like stood out strong to me.
Okay, because Future does something on the second half. Because Durk during the hook, they do a thing where Durk does a hook the first time around, the second time around, Future does the same hook, you know? And sometimes you could get different type of results when artists decide to do that. But Durk did great going up with his voice for the second half of the hook because he started off, I see you doing just like you, just like you. And the second time around, just like you, like sang up. Mm-hmm. But then when Future did it, so this might work out really well because I have a sore throat today. So he was like, just like you, just like you. Like he really sounded like
super
really
scratchy,
straining and just did not sound that great. I didn't think it was. I thought the song was cool. In terms of like talking to the youth and people, and like just a song about like rappers like this saying, yo, I know you want this and that and you want to be just like me and shit, but it's not all it's cracked up to be, or like in so many words, you know. I don't know if they really went that far as to say it's not all cracked up to be, but it was cool to just hear them addressing that type of topic. I don't know, dude. I would say I have to be honest. This is probably only the second album I've heard from Lil Durk, and I don't remember the last one that I listened to. It's been a while.
Right.
But I thought overall it was really good. I thought it was one of the better albums so far this year, which isn't saying too much because not much has come out. But
Right.
But yeah, I was pleasantly surprised when I listened to this. Even though I like Lil Durk's music, I wasn't expecting such a really solid, cohesive album. Given the situation he was in, I was like, when did he even record this? But I guess he had this stockpiled. And yeah, that's all I got. My throat is on.
It's better than Will Smith's album.
Now. It is better than Will Smith's
Allergies.
album. It is. Yeah, I'm in.
All right, give me a rating out of 10. Got to do it.
Fuck.
That's not a number.
Lil Durk, Deep Thoughts. I'm giving it a. I'm really floating around. This number just keeps coming to mind. It seems kind of low. Nah. All right, I'll go 6.5 out of 10 for this album.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
I give it a 6.1 out of 10. It's got some listenable stuff on it. Surprised me very much. I was thinking
good. That's what I was going to ask.
Territory. Yeah, I was leaning 4 out of 10 territory before I went into it because I'm a prejudiced fuck. But 6.1 out of 10. Yeah, super cool stuff. Really like Monitoring Me. That's one I'll probably play a few times. So shout out Lil Durk. That was a fun time. Fun listen.
Besides the lyrics content of that one, we'll take notes for something that we could do together for Monitoring Me. We'll take notes in terms of the production style. And
you sure I can rap about racketeering if you want? I've had people killed.
No, that's great.
Okay. Yeah, we'll put that in the bag.
This is a Papadoo exclusive. Pew, 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 pew. You shouldn't say that. Stuart, stay in your lane.
Speaking of, yeah, fuck you, Stuart. Speaking of theme songs, do it. Do it.
Hip hop takes. Yeah.
And then the new segment has begun. Hip hop takes. I tweeted out 22 minutes ago.
Great.
I had 21 responses.
Great.
So,
let's go through a few.
Go through a few of them. Do you want to go through all of them?
I'm actually dying. Crazy. No.
Great. All right. That was an insane take. There's another insane one. Wow.
All right, come on. Bring them.
Crazy stuff.
Bring them.
So
that was an insane
this one relates to the podcast. We'll do this one.
All right.
Yeah, this one relates to the podcast. Let's do this. Will Smith is still a legend in hip-hop. His album was great, but his life choices and aired laundry have made him look awful. I personally still like him, but his reputation has suffered a lot, and it's sad. That comes from Kyle Fox.
That is really sad. I would say not... the numbers kind of don't lie with this shit here. I don't know how good Bad Boys 4 did. I heard it was a good movie. I never actually went out to see it. Did you see Bad Boys 4 at all?
No, I didn't.
I should actually look this up. Well, maybe when you're putting in your take, I'll look up how much it made in the box office. Because I think that would be a really more solid reflection on the public's viewpoint on Will Smith right now compared to this album that kind of just came out under the radar, didn't have any big singles, didn't have anything that's on, there's nothing that's really making its rounds with this album. There's no single really pushing it, doing something with Joyner Lucas and Russ, as big as those artists are, that's not enough to get you pushed in the mainstream to radio and shit like that, so
yeah, because those are two of the, even though they're not independent artists technically, those are two of the biggest independent artists in the game.
Right. And then in terms of what he did, great album is kind of a stretch to me. I cannot call this a great album. There's some good songs here and there on there, for sure, but definitely not a great album, unfortunately. The main thing that sticks out to me is Russ's verse and Friday's vocals on that song. That was fucking incredible. On You Can Make It. You can make it. I know you can make it. I know you can make it. Make it. Cookies. Make cookies. Damn, I want some cookies.
Focus.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So, in terms of the things that hurt his reputation, I think it's more than just the slap on Chris Rock. I mean, that was bad. That was probably, there's a lot of stages that Will Smith has been on, and he chose probably the worst stage to do that. It also doesn't help that Chris Rock is, so much smaller than him, and what was he gonna do in that situation if Chris Rock strikes back? It goes down as like a Malice at the Palace type incident. It would have been horrible. But I think his whole public blasting of his relationship with his wife leading up to that, for years leading up to that, like the affairs that his wife had with, entanglement that his wife had with August Alsina and all stuff like that. Where the fuck is that guy, by the way?
I think he's gay.
Okay. So those things wasn't expecting that. Those things didn't help in his public image either. So yeah, that's what I got.
All right. I agree. Will Smith is a legend in hip hop. Won the first rap Grammy. Had an incredible debut album. Has several platinum records. I mean, he paved ways for a lot of hip hop artists. As much as people don't look at him like that because of his acting career overshadowing his early rap career, I think he's a legend in hip hop. Him and Jazzy Jeff both.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
First crazy dude.
First rap Grammy. Am I making that up?
Yep.
I don't think I am.
I just said that 20 seconds ago.
Oh.
I said that as I was describing why he's a legend. Great. My co-host just doesn't fucking listen to the shit that I'm telling him.
I'm going to be completely honest. I was looking up the Bad Boys for box office, and it was 200 million domestically, which isn't that bad.
What was the budget for? What did it cost to make?
100 million. 100 million.
It made a profit. $100 million profit. Go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole entanglement, the slap, and everything just culminated into one area. The album wasn't good. I mean, it was very mediocre at best. And again, I love Will Smith. He's one of my favorite people to ever exist. But yeah, I don't exactly know what the hot take is after this. Like, is the hot take that the album was great? Because that is not true.
I don't know. Yeah, that seemed like the hottest take out of everything there.
Yeah,
Joey doesn't listen to anything Crypt says. That's a hot take.
Yeah. All right. Moving on to the next one. Diddy and DJ Khaled are more important to hip-hop than pure lyricists like Royce da 5'9" and MF Doom. They may be less talented, but they push the genre forward. Doesn't that just hurt you to agree with, but you kind of have to agree with it?
If you think about it, bro, you were kind of the DJ Khaled of YouTube.
Hey, why don't you go fuck yourself, all right? Don't you ever call me a fucking DJ Khaled, all right? I can at least make music. That fucker can't. He doesn't even eat vagina. I mean, we're not comparable at all.
I was just... The reason I say this is because, mate, well, Diddy... I'm putting all the Quagmire shit aside, bro. That shit is out of my head right now, right? The Black Phone Quagmire stuff is not in my head when I'm thinking about Diddy. I'm thinking about right now specifically about bringing artists together. I think DJ like Khaled has done a lot in that regard. I think he has done a lot of bringing different artists together on songs and making collaborations happen. And when collaborations happen, different fan bases latch on to new artists and discover new stuff. He's had a lot of songs that were not so much now, but when he was really buzzing, he had a lot of songs that were at the top of charts and shit. All I Do Is Win and shit like that. That's all DJ Khaled orchestrating all that, like making all that happen. So
literally the biggest song of the 2010s.
See? So But more than he said specifically Royce the 5'9", or was that just an example?
Pure lyricists like Royce the 5'9" and MF Doom, like pure lyricists.
Oh, okay.
Think of like Aesop Rock, MF Doom, like even Method and Redman. Like you kind of get into that area.
I would say yes to the fact that Diddy and Khaled did have more impact on the culture and pushing the genre forward in the mainstream aspect of things. On the promotion side of things, the marketing side of things. Not so much the art and the fundamentals of just rapping and, curbside freestyles and whatnot, shit like that. So, yeah, that's what I would say about that. What about you, Captain DJ?
Fuck you. I agree. They are more important to hip hop for the pure like togetherness, but as far as like the actual culture of hip hop, no, because the culture of hip hop is the music, and it's like the content of the music, which is all that these guys are about. So it's not that hot of a take. It's just like I think he threw Diddy in there to make it an even crazier hot take, make it sound way worse than it actually is.
I really like this one. Whoever came up with this one. I like your
Alex,
thought
by
process.
The way. Shout out to Alex.
Fuck you, Alex.
Fuck you, Alex. Crazy.
It's like I really like that guy. What's his name? Alex. Fuck you, Alex.
So this is from Dearth Cobra. Denzel Curry is the greatest rapper of all time. He constantly drops phenomenal records, constantly improves himself, and his art has every style of hip hop mastered. He is simply the GOAT. I'll start off with this one.
Wow.
I love Denzel Curry. I think he's one of my favorite. He's not even a newcomer anymore, but like he's new to a lot of people that don't know his music. He's been around for 10 plus years.
Yep.
And I don't know if you even knew that. But
yeah, I know his first album dropped in like 2014.
I think. I remember Ultimate came out when I was in college.
Okay.
So like, I am the one, the way you done, like that. Do you remember that song?
Yeah. Yes.
It was
Denzel
all over
Curry
Vine.
yells a lot.
That was back when Vine was huge. He does.
Yeah.
Cloud Cobain is incredible. It's one of my favorite albums in the last 10 years. So he does incredible work. But to be like the greatest rapper of all time, no. Like, that's just no. You got to have longevity to do that. You have to have an impact to do that. It's way more than just skill that goes along with being the greatest of all time. And it's just not there. It's just not there.
When I think of him,
I wouldn't say he has.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
But they just say like he has every style of hip hop mastered. Like that's such a hyperbolic statement. Like clearly you can't have every genre of hip hop mastered.
Yeah.
Or every style of hip hop mastered. Like he can do lyrical stuff, he can do the auto-tuney stuff, but no. Just no.
That's the point I wanted to harp on. I would listen to Denzel
fuck
Curry
you,
to
Dirk
get
Cobra.
hyped.
This is a shitty take. Everything you said is wrong, bitch.
Wow,
I'm just gonna get increasingly more angry as much as I love Denzel Curry.
Denzel Curry. Crypt didn't mean it. I don't think. I hope not.
I didn't.
Denzel Curry and Alex, if you're still listening, I didn't mean it either. But Denzel
Alex is
Curry
writing you death threats as we speak.
He doesn't play that shit. Denzel Curry is somebody I listen to just to get hyped. I don't look at him as versatile at all, really, and mastering different lanes. That's not what I think of when I think of him. Maybe I'm thinking about those first impressions that I heard of him, but I haven't really heard any recent projects from him. So maybe I have to dive in a little bit more and see how he's grown as an artist, because I'm only really familiar with his early work, to be honest. And there was just a lot of yelling, just a lot of yelling is what I remember.
I mean,
so
there's a lot of yelling in like the mainstream songs that's blown up for him, but he is pretty versatile in some of the stuff that he can do.
Okay.
But I think people confuse the greatest with their favorites. So like Denzel Curry might be his favorite rapper of all time. And it's like I talk about this all the time. Tech Nine is my favorite rapper of all time, but I would not put him in a top 10 greatest rappers of all time. Probably not even top 25 greatest rappers of all time. Like there's a stark, massive difference. And I think that's what this person is kind of leaning on more so. But I could be wrong. He did say he mastered all areas of hip hop.
All right. I think these are good takes. I like these. Like, they're fun to talk about.
Yeah, people
is
are
what I mean.
fun.
All right, do you want to do one more?
Another weird one.
One more.
Sure. This is from Joe Can. Eminem has done more for rap culture than Wu Tang. Not sure if I actually believe this one, but it seems spicy enough for a good discussion, and there's at least some merit to it.
Okay, I like the little tagline at the end after that.
Yeah.
Man. I'm thinking
This
about
just feels
two
like
different
bait 'cause
sides
we're
of a
white.
coin here. No. Wait. Well, so we've had
It's
a
like,
more...
of course the white dudes say Eminem's more impactful.
I don't think I want to say that, though. Like, I feel like Eminem impacted a different side of the hip-hop genre than Wu-Tang did. Wu-Tang, when they came out, they were just so different than everything else. And they were just, you know, they were kind of like what the ASAP mob did years ago, you know? I think ASAP's mob, the ASAP mob movement was comparable to what Wu-Tang did, and they were just so off the wall, so different with their style and such different personalities. That whole group mindset, that posse mindset of you know, what can so many brilliant minds do when they come together making art? What can that accomplish? What can that do to push culture forward? That's how I look at Wu-Tang. It's like a movement. Eminem was just the edgy, weird white boy that just could wrap circles around everybody, that just made people probably want to just step up their game, maybe be a little bit more quirky in their raps, feel like it's okay to be a little bit more of a weirdo. But yeah, it's weird because when I have these discussions, and this is something people might latch onto pretty quickly, they probably notice I talk a lot about the artistry side of it, how it affects artists rather than how it affects the general public, you know? This is why I'm like envious of somebody who doesn't make music. They interpret hip hop so much different than us.
Right.
But yeah, that's what I got about that. I think Wu-Tang has been way more influential in the overall hip hop space than Eminem. Way more.
Yeah. I mean, Wu-Tang, like, I feel like they kind of inspired the whole group movement. Like, you look at groups that, like, even Outkast, Slaughterhouse, you look at Mobb Deep, like I feel like it kind of just inspired a whole plethora of rap groups. Tribe Called Quest, and people like that.
I mean, you had NWA and stuff before, but
that's true. Well,
it was more of like that mob.
Well, fuck me.
Because they're
fuck
big.
Me. Yeah.
It was
like 37 of them. Literally, I could not name every one of them.
Even though it was Enter the 36 Chambers, not Enter the 36 Members.
Yeah, sorry, my bad. I feel was Mobb Deep before Wu-Tang? I feel like I just said all that to be wrong.
Man, I don't know.
Anyway.
I don't know the answer to that.
Anywho.
Start!
Wu-Tang is still very influential. I mean, you look at certain things, it's a trick question, it really is, because I mean, not a lot of people are listening to Wu-Tang right now, and there's still a lot of people listening to Eminem because he's still active.
Right.
Wu-Tang isn't. I mean, they still have features and stuff, but like, how many original members are even rapping with Wu-Tang still? Like 2, maybe 3. Like, I don't even know who's still rapping with Wu-Tang right now.
Man. I don't know. Method Man obviously is still kind of active.
Yeah, but like, yeah. And so is Redman. But like, are they still doing it with Wu-Tang?
No, I don't think they go under that name anymore or anything, or really associate.
Like when they do the features though, because like I know, I guess it's been 6-7 years, maybe 5 years. Logic had a song featuring Wu-Tang, but I have no idea who was rapping on it.
Oh wow, okay, yeah, I wouldn't have even thought something that recent had come out.
Yeah,
with Wu-Tang's name attached to it.
What album was that?
By the way, 1992, 1993 is when they. 1993 is like the year of Wu-Tang and Mobb Deep. They both kind of came onto the scene at that time.
Okay, so Wu-Tang had Ghostface on it, who is my favorite member of Wu-Tang, by the way.
Yep.
Had Raekwon, RZA, Method Man, and Inspector Deck on it. Okay, so it still had a lot of members.
Yeah.
That was on Young Sinatra 4. I think that was 2016.
Wow.
27.
That's impressive.
I don't remember what year it was, but yeah.
That's an impressive
Anyway.
lineup to have on that. But yeah. Who was more influential?
So, Wu-Tang was earlier, had more time to be more influential. They're still relevant. I still see people walking around with their T-shirts. People that don't know rap know Wu-Tang. Mm-hmm. But also people that don't know rap know Eminem. So it's a loaded question. Fuck you. All right? I'm not answering.
All right. I think we've reached pretty much the end here. Crypt is getting in that mood. So I guess it's time to play. Yeah, mine too, bro. I'm so sick.
Allergies are a bitch, man. My throat
I don't know
is
if mine
scratchy.
is allergies. I feel like my kid
My
got
chest.
me sick. I'm going to have a fucking word with him. I'm going to hear, go,
Hey, you get me sick, bitch. You get me sick,
asshole.
bitch. All right.
Anyways.
Well, we need a theme song for this one. We're just going to keep coming up with new theme songs.
I leaned in to sing something and I like pulled back like, no, I can't do that. Guess the rapper in 1 minute. Guess the rapper. Ding.
What? Man, what are the most anticlimactic theme song ever?
That was the timer and then the timer going off.
Great. All right. All right. I've got mine if you're ready.
Fuck it. Let's do it. We're on a winning streak. Let's continue the winning streak.
Whoa.
Let's do this. Do you know enough about this rapper? Are you qualified to do this?
I know
Guess
enough.
the rapper?
I know enough, bitch. All right.
The rules are simple.
Joe.
I have to guess
Okay.
the rapper in 1 minute using yes or no questions.
Guess the rapper 1 minute, Joe. Are you ready?
Uh-huh.
That's a yes to me. Go.
Is he a he?
Yes.
Does this rapper live in the West Coast? Or does he reside in the
No.
West Coast? Okay.
Nope.
Is he from the States?
Yes.
Okay.
Different questions. Okay.
Yeah. Has this rapper ever collabed with Eminem?
Yes.
Okay. Is this rapper from the North?
No.
Is this rapper from the East Coast?
Yes.
Is this rapper signed to a major label?
No.
Wow. Is this rapper from New England?
No.
Oh. Is this rapper from Atlanta?
No.
Is this rapper... Does this rapper ever sing? It's been a minute.
Yes. Shit. Joe, it's been a minute. You were asking some very different questions, and then you leaned right back into the, is he from this specific state, this state?
I know.
But anyway,
I
you
was
have
trying
one
to
final
mix
guess.
it up. I was trying to mix it up
You
to
did
see if it
great.
helped at all. I feel like the
Man, you
best
were
way to
narrowing
do
that
this,
shit down.
though, I feel like the best strategy is state, city, and then going from there. Like, I really feel like that's just the best way to narrow it down. But now I'm thinking. So he did a song with Eminem. Crazy. How many people could say that? And he could sing. He could sing, and he's done a song with Eminem, and he's from the East Coast.
Yep.
This is tough.
Lock in. Lock the fuck in.
And he's a rapper, because this is called Guess the Rapper.
Guess the rapper.
And I can't ask any more questions.
You can't.
Oh, he could sing. He's done a song with Eminem. The only person I could really think of is 50 Cent.
Ah, that is not the answer. The answer was Logic.
That motherfucker cannot sing.
You didn't ask me if he could sing. You said, does he sing?
I said,
You said, does he sing? He
you
sings some
sure?
of his own hooks. Yes. You can run it back. You said, does he sing?
I was thinking about people that like could actually like rap and sing, like a Kanye.
I mean, he's not bad at singing.
He's not good at singing.
He's not bad at singing. He's not bad. I wouldn't say he's bad. I wouldn't say he's amazing, but I would say he can hit melodies.
I mean, at the end of the day, he probably is.
I think he's a better singer than 50 Cent.
Yeah, I was gonna say that when I like really think about it.
What are you talking about? 50 Cent's not out here blasting melodies. Fucking
He just had the catchy shit. Damn, dude.
It's from Maryland. I was waiting on the black or white question, and I was gonna just.
You always do this
up.
too. You always choose somebody that was like relevant to a conversation we were just talking about. You always do that.
That's what.
But sometimes I'm like, maybe he'll try to be a little bit more off the wall with it.
To be fair, that was the one I already had planned for today. We just happened to talk about him.
It was not the answer. It was not the fucking answer.
It wasn't. Winning streak is gone. You're donezo.
All right. Now I gotta think of somebody for you. Guess the rapper in 1 minute. Who would be a fun one? There's not that many rappers out there, man.
Yeah. There's not, several thousand. No biggie.
I could be an asshole.
Don't do that.
I'm gonna be an asshole.
I know that's your natural state of being. Okay, just do it.
All right, let's do this. If you get this, if you ask certain questions, you'll 100% get it. But if you don't ask specific questions, then you won't. All right, Crypt has to guess the rapper in 1 minute, asking only yes or no questions. There's no way in hell he's gonna get this. And go,
dude. Big pun. Okay, is it a male?
Yes.
Female?
No.
Fuck you. Male?
Yes.
Is it male or female? God.
Male.
All right. Are
only
they
yes
alive?
or no questions, buddy. Yes.
East Coast.
No.
Do they have a song with Eminem?
No.
Are they signed to a major record label?
Yeah.
Are they considered a mumble rapper?
No.
Are they a lyrical rapper?
Not really.
All right, West Coast.
No.
Midwest?
No.
South?
No.
North?
No.
I've gone over the whole fucking geographical area. There is. Is it me?
Times. Wait, what? No, it's not you. You pompous asshole.
I said north, south, east, and west, and midwest. And you said no to all of them.
I told you I was being an asshole with this one.
Oh, fuck. Okay, it's a male. That means they're not American. I don't know what. Okay. Not a mumble rapper. Not necessarily a lyrical rapper. And a male?
He is male as far as I know. Yeah.
Okay. You said male,
You're really
yes.
harping on
and
this
then
male
female,
thing.
Yes. Well, it's because you confused the
He
shit out of me in
has
the first
a
14
penis,
seconds.
as far as I know.
Okay.
He's rapped
Is
about
it large?
before.
I mean,
I don't know. I can't tell you that. You can't ask any more questions.
that's fine. Okay. Okay. Man. All right. Okay, I'm locking in. Oh, what's that fucker's name? Okay. No. All right. My final answer is Central C.
That's correct.
Oh, fuck you! What a pull! Let's go! Man! That was the biggest pull I've ever done since I pulled my wife because she's way hotter than I am. Man!
That's pretty...
That's awesome.
That was good.
That was clutch.
That was really good. I told you.
Wow.
Now you know why I was being an asshole, because it wasn't American.
Total asshole.
But you figured it out.
Now who's got the winning streak?
Now, here's the question. Should we switch up this game going forward with Guess the Rapper, where that time where we guess the rapper we ask questions for 1 minute, then we spend 5 minutes trying to figure out who it actually is based off the questions we have. Should we change that at all? Or do you think we should keep it like, should we have another timer for like another minute or minute and a half? Should it be 30 seconds? Should like,
yeah, I mean,
how should we do that?
I had to really process that one out to get that. If I had to just give you a final answer, I wouldn't have been able to. My original guess was going to be Bad Bunny, but then I was like, wait a minute, I got to think of some UK rappers. And I was like, Dave, Stormzy. I was like, wait a minute, Central C fits that description. He's not really melodic. He's not really lyrical. He's right there in the middle. So I really had time to process that. I've seen people kind of do this similar thing with, like, Guess the original series that I based this off of was called Guess the Athlete. And these guys don't do TikToks anymore. They split up a long time ago. But they used to do Guess the Athlete, and they would just be nonstop, and they would, like, straight athletes. It'd be baseball, basketball, football, golf, hockey. Like, they would just name off every sport. And it was just the craziest thing ever. It was so entertaining. I loved watching it. And they would make each other give a final guess within, like, the first 5 seconds after saying, okay, final guess. And it was also before TikToks were allowed to go past a minute, I think.
Gotcha.
So they're on a time crunch. So it's up to you. I say all that to say it's up to you.
People watching this, leave a, first of all, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. But leave a comment letting us know what you think, if you think we should tweak the game at all at the end. I have to think about it. This is something I just haven't really harped on yet. It's something I thought about at the beginning of this week. I was like, let me bring this up to Crypt.
The shorts make it look like we guess it immediately, but we do not. If you listen to the long form, we harp on this shit. We we drag this out to try to get that watch time up.
Yeah. Well, that's not the reason. But yeah, I'm sorry if I was low energy today, man. I was just not feeling good at all. I slept a lot today trying to feel better. It's just the worst when you wake up and the first thing you feel in the morning is just your throat fucking hurts. I'm like, fuck me.
I'm married, but thanks for the offer.
No,
I didn't think we were actually going to do this podcast or not today. Because you weren't answering in the podcast group chat with our editor. You weren't alive. You didn't even put a thumbnail on the video we put out today. I was like, damn, he just doesn't give a fuck.
I just don't give a fuck. It's one of those days,
right,
man.
Well, that was fun.
I'll get back into it. But it ended up being a good episode, in my opinion. Hopefully my video recorded properly. So, all right, wrap this bitch up.
Condoms. Papa do!